In this video, we're going to talk about how to take an SVG file and import it into Cricut Design Space. I have my SVG file on my desktop here, and then you want to open up Cricut Design Space. And then from here, you want to press the plus sign, which will take you to a new workspace. There's nothing on it at the moment. And then the way you are able to upload your SVG file is you press the upload button. Here at the bottom, you can see some other things that I've uploaded, but you want to press upload image and then browse. I currently have mine on my desktop right now, which is this file here, but if you have it somewhere else, you can just kind of drag and drop it in. And then we're going to press open here. And then if your file is correct, you will see it as you've designed it or as you've purchased it in this window. If everything looks good, then you're going to press save. So that essentially saves it to all of your uploads. So you'll see it with the rest of your uploads. So you still have to click it and then press insert image, and you don't see anything. It's technically there, but you don't see anything because for whatever reason it comes in extremely large, bigger than what I would particularly ever use. So if you click on it here, on the file name itself, you will see it, but I like to make it a bit smaller, closer to what I'll be using. So I normally go about 11.5 for shirts. And then with them being linked, it will automatically adjust your height since I've changed the width to what I want it to be. Let's say I go to change this color. Let's pick a random color there. Now, if I go to make it, it will put these two items on two different cutting mats, which is not what I particularly want for what I'm doing. You can do that. You can make these into any separate colors if you have an idea for different colors. I particularly want to cut it as one, so I'm gonna press Command Z, which will go back, and I'm gonna actually attach these two together, which is a non-destructive way of putting those two layers together. If you wanted to permanently put them together, you can weld them together. I particularly don't weld anything just because I want to always be able to go back and readjust it if I decide that I need to. So you have your file here. So right now it's in two separate layers, which looks like it would cut on the same mat, right? It's the same color. It's aligned the way you brought the SVG file in. So let's go to make it and see what it looks like. So this looks nothing like what you wanted to print like, right? It readjusted the copy to fit the cut mat in the best way possible. So we didn't tell it that we wanted to cut it exactly where it was on our original workspace. Great in some instances, not in this one where you've already aligned it to where you want it. It would be extremely hard to then try to readjust this one to be aligned to what you had originally. So we're gonna actually cancel that. So now we're back at our workspace. So if we click on this here and then we press attach, which is a non-destructive way to essentially combine these two elements together so that once you move it over to the cutting mat, it will remain in how you designed it. If you want to weld it, that would be more of a permanent option. I particularly don't weld just because I always want to have the option to go back and readjust if something changes. So we're going to press attach here, and as you can see, it took those two files there and it put it into an attach layer. There you go. Now if we click make it, it should stay in the space that we have it in currently, which is with the original design. So let's press make it. Voila, there we go. You have your design exactly where you want it. It's exactly aligned how you had it originally. That is how you take an SVG file and bring it into Cricut Design Space. All you have to do is press continue and you're good to go.